Hello everyone and welcome to night number 2 of our Bloodsport tournament. Today, 4 more first round matches for you in the men's bracket, including a massive main event between Brock Lesnar and Moose. Live here from Orlando, Florida. And here we go then, we kick the night off with a match between Matt Riddle and Oney Lorcan. Remember, these matches are Bloodsport rules, which is inside a steel cage, but the only way to win is by knockout or submission. No pinfalls, no escapes, no disqualifications, nothing like that. Literally just submission or knockout. Matt Riddle, former UFC fighter, I believe. Oney Lorcan, of course, is just a brute striker. A very stiff battler. So this should be an interesting one. It could go either way, really. I would say that I would probably suggest that Riddle is the favourite, but not massively. Not to the point where it'd be a massive surprise if Lorcan won. So, of course, like I said, 4 more matches lined up for you here this evening. We've got this one to kick things off. Then we've got Samoa Joe versus Ruas. We've got Kurt Angle versus Danny Burch. And that big main event, Brock Lesnar one-on-one against Moose. Riddle now dropping his body weight across the chest of Oney Lorcan before stamping down on the head. Now brings Lorcan back up, looking for that fisherman's brainbuster. And Riddle looking to continue the assault, but there's the jawbreaker there by Lorcan. And, Riddle there with a sit-out powerbomb, but Lorcan's head caught the bottom rope. And now Riddle turning Lorcan over into that Indian Deathlock. But Lorcan able to break the hold. And now Lorcan taking Riddle up and looking for that big sit-out pile driver. Brutal. But Riddle's there fighting back with the right hand in the gut. And the pair of them are really going for this. No one's really taken full control of this match as of yet. Lorcan now bringing Riddle back up, but Riddle there with the elbow in the gut. Running straight through and again with a second forearm. And then in with that Pele kick right to the face. Nice boot right in the face. Now Riddle. Oh my god, look at that. Just striking and now locking in the submission. This could be all. Riddle could be moving on here. Lorcan is holding on, but for how long? Lorcan able to break the hold once again, striking the face of Riddle. Riddle, lovely. Pops up to the top rope, in with that moonsault. Not quite what we're expecting in this tournament, to be honest. Riddle now. Nice. And that's the victory. Riddle gets the win via knockout over Oney Lorcan. And that moves him on to round number 2. Let's see where this sits. So Matt Riddle was on -2. He's now going to move up to -1. And Oney Lorcan was on -4. Now moves down to -5 in the rankings. So poor time for Mr. Oney Lorcan. But a great day for Riddle. And here we go then, match number 2 of the evening. Samoa Joe versus Ruas. Ruas, if you don't know, He was part of NXT, I believe. He was part of Raw Underground for the short period of time that survived. He's also worked a few dates of AEW as part of a tag team with Cesar Bononi, since they are both Brazilian. But he does have a martial arts background. But he is facing Samoa Joe, and I don't think anyone facing Samoa Joe is in that great of a position, as Joe is showing here is just continuously beating the hell out of Ruas here, starting things off. This is incredibly one-sided at this point in time. Both guys back up on their feet. Joe looking for the strikes. He does get it, and it's not going to take long. I mean, Ruas, with that mixed martial arts background, I mean, there's a chance he could just pop up with something out of nowhere and get the knockout here, but Samoa Joe is very experienced inside the ring. As Joe now with Ruas up on the shoulders, going to drop him face first across the top. Joe now taking Ruas up and slamming him down, knees first, into the mat. That looks painful. Ruas pops back up and there's a boot in the side of the head of Joe. Ruas now spinning with the kicks, but Joe fighting back with the strikes of his own. And Joe now with those big strikes in the corner. And it seems like a matter of time here. Joe has been so dominant so far in this match. So dominant. Oh, dropping the weight right against the knees. And once again, dropping the body weight. But there's the try. I told you, out of nowhere, he could lock something in. He has dropped in the triangle choke, but it's not quite going to be enough as Joe just power bombs him down. But that one rocked Joe. I don't think he was expecting that at all. As Joe now once again with Ruas up and drops him once again with that sort of leg breaker, shin breaker, whatever you want to call it. Whatever it is, it's effective. As Joe now with the strikes once again, finishing off with that massive palm strike right into the face. Joe now sending Ruas into the corner. And looking to take him up for the muscle buster. Boom, muscle buster dropped. But it's not enough. Ruas is still in this one apparently. God knows how Ruas is still in this one. Ruas now brings Joe back up, and there's the strikes in the back of the leg. Ruas now sending Joe into the corner. And now Tiger Ruas running knees right into the gut of Joe, who has to flop into the corner himself. And Ruas has started turning this one around. I mean, he's got an opportunity here. Nice handspring leg drop. And now there's the reverse dragon sleeper hold. Again, Ruas drops out. Nice knee right in the face. And again, Joe stalking. What's the plan now? I think Joe would have expected to win this one a little bit easier than he has, but I mean, he's not won it yet, has he? Joe springs off, running knee strike right into the face, dropping his body weight with a senton as well. And now Joe looking for that bow and arrow submission hold. Joe doing the damage. And Joe now heading up to the corner. And he's going to drop an elbow. No, Ruas was able to roll free. Ruas dropping Joe. Face first. Big knee in the arm as well. This could be a surprise win here. I mean, I did say Lorcan beating Riddle would not be. It would be an underdog win, but it wouldn't be a massive surprise. But this one I think would be. If Joe was to lose to Tiger Ruas, I think it would be classed as a bit of a surprise win. As Joe once again working over Ruas. There's a strikes by Joe. The big chops, the overhand chop as well. Again, more big chops to Ruas. Joe taking Ruas down. And now Joe stalking Tiger Ruas. And locks in the coquina clutch. And this has surely got to be game, set, match. And look at that. He tapped before he even hit the ground. And Samoa Joe moves through to round number 2. Well, he'll be facing Matt Riddle. But what does this do in the singles rankings as well? Samoa Joe was on +9, moves up to +10. And Tiger Ruas, that was his debut in this universe mode. So, of course, he's going to drop down to -1 on his debut. But it wasn't a terrible debut. I mean, he did show some ability, and I think there could be a bit more of a future there for him as well. Who knows? Anyway, let's move on to our third match of the evening. And here we go then, match number 3 of the evening. We have got Kurt Angle going up against Danny Burch. And this one again, I would say that Angle would be the favourite, but you never know with these matches. I mean, Danny Burch is a grizzled vet, really. Did he get released as well? I think he might have got released. They just sort of released everyone from NXT, didn't they? And they just went for their own, like, weird and wonderful people they're creating. That's what I've said before. I mean, this is probably quite a... Well, let me know what you think about the statement I'm about to make, because I say this to PJ Toby all the time. I don't believe that AEW and WWE are in competition, because the pair of them are both aiming for a completely different product in a completely different market. AEW is focusing more on the older wrestling fans, probably the people that enjoyed the Attitude Era and the early 2000s and them sort of people. And the people that really enjoy independent wrestling, like PWG and that sort of stuff, Ring of Honor. Whereas WWE is basically going after the more family-friendly market. Going after the kids, basically. And I think that's what I've said before. That's why all those people they release from NXT, they know they're talented people, but they're not that bothered because they're not part of what they're looking to do. Does that make sense? I think so. They'll rather have like massive, massive people that look intimidating to kids than actually people that are really good at wrestling. That's what I'm trying to say. But either way, this match has gone pretty back and forth so far. Like I said, Danny Burch is also very, very experienced in the ring. And he's a bit of a strong style brute as well. It's a shame that he's not around because he would be perfect for Sheamus' stable, wouldn't he? He literally would be absolutely perfect for Sheamus' stable. To be honest, a lot better than Pete Dunne. Because I like Pete Dunne in that role. Well, I don't. I don't really like Pete Dunne in that role, to be honest. I think Pete Dunne should be Pete Dunne. But, yeah, I think there should be... I think this guy, Burch, would have been absolutely perfect for that role. To be honest with you. That's my opinion. Big strikes there by Burch. Has Angle in the corner. Now Angle dropping Burch over. And this match is going back and forth. Remember, Angle has got a lot of collegiate wrestling in him as well. Former gold medalist. Nice big moonsault by Angle. And now Angle looking to lock in that ankle lock. And he has it grapevined as well. And Burch has to tap. And Kurt Angle makes his way through to the next round of the tournament. And I think he needed that, because if I remember correctly, isn't Kurt Angle like really low in the rankings? Let me have a quick look. Kurt Angle. Oh no, he's only -1. He's not doing too badly. This puts him up to 0. Whereas Danny Burch was on -3, now moves down to -4. So there we go, victory for Kurt Angle in the 3rd match of the evening. Let's move on to our main event. And here we go, main event of the evening, Moose versus Brock Lesnar. These are two guys that could go on to win the entire tournament, and one of them is going to get knocked out in round number 1. So this is going to be very interesting indeed. What's Brock up to in WWE at the moment? Because I know it's all Roman and the Usos now, isn't it? Haven't they got like every single championship or something stupid like that? I've not watched WWE in years now. I didn't even bother watching WrestleMania this year, which is the first time in quite a few years I haven't bothered with it. But yeah, from what I can tell, just from the internet and that sort of stuff, they've got like the majority of them. He's got both brands championship belts, and the Usos have got both brands tag team championship belts, something along them sort of lines. So I'm assuming Lesnar, because of his contract, is probably having a bit of time off now anyway, isn't he? That's how it normally works with Lesnar. He doesn't work a full schedule, does he? Lesnar now dropping Moose face first across that top rope. Brings him up once again into that suplex. Stamping on the face of Moose there by Lesnar, who now rains the strikes into the lower gut of Moose and then launches him across the ring. Lesnar now with Moose up, into that fisherman's brainbuster. And of course Lesnar is a former UFC champion, so this really should be a tournament he should excel in. So if he was to get knocked out first round, this would be a surprise. And we already know the winner of this one does have Kurt Angle in the next round. We've already got a few first round matches. We've got Butterbean versus Pete Dunne, JBL versus Mark Mero, Matt Riddle versus Samoa Joe, and Kurt Angle versus the winner of this one. So quite a few of those first rounds, second round matches already sorted. If you are looking to keep up with this, then you can check out in the link down below in the description. There is a link to the actual the spreadsheet that shows exactly what we are doing. I've split it into rounds, so there's a different round per tab, and the idea behind that is it means that if you are behind and you want to look at the matches for round 2, then you don't see who wins, because that's on a separate tab. So just be careful you go on the right tab. This is round 1. So yeah, this is easier. So on the first tab, which is round 1, you just see the lineup of matches. On the second tab, which is round 2, you see the lineup of matches for round 2. And the third tab, which is quarterfinals, you see the lineups. Yeah, sort of that way of doing it. As Moose, oh my word. Moose showing incredible power and strength here. Moose now with a spinning last ride on Lesnar. I'm surprised that Moose is dominating so much. Like I said, it's a very interesting match, this one. It could go either way, but I would still class Lesnar as the favourite. Lesnar now gets caught with the jawbreaker. And now Moose with Lesnar up. And just pressing him. Wow. Drops him face first. Lesnar now there's the big knees into the gut. Big boot into the arm as well. Nice suplex. And Lesnar's up on top. And Lesnar with a shooting star press. Wow. What an absolute nutter. Now Lesnar gets a hold of the arm and locks in that cross arm bar on Moose. But Moose able to survive just about. Now Lesnar round bar back. Oh, looking for a German. Moose fought it back. Lesnar fights back now with a knee in the gut. And a big strike into the face. Lovely again by Lesnar. Launching Moose around. The longer this match has gone on, the more that that Lesnar's taken control. Lesnar, oh, big uppercut. And another big shooting star press. And Moose is down and out, and Lesnar moves forward. I put the shooting star press on there as like a finisher he might use every now and again, and it seems like he's using it all the bloody time at the moment. Lesnar. Brock Lesnar. He moves up to +7. And Moose is going to move down to -2. Oh, no, I've done that wrong. -2. There we go. So that is the end of tonight's Bloodsport. And tomorrow what we got? We've got Daniel Bryan versus Kushida. Tom Lawler versus Braun Strowman. Timothy Thatcher versus Tommaso Ciampa. And the main event will be Tomohiro Ishii up against Rezar. Alright, I'm going to love you and leave you. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Of course, if you have, make sure you hit the like button and, of course, subscribe if you're new around here. And let me know in the comment section down below. I have been your Sherpa through this journey. Good night. God bless. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye-bye.